Hello, I'm Mike Campbell, former host of Texoma Country Morning on KFDX TV3 and also co-hosting with Joe Tom White on News Talk 1290. The Rise and Shine Show on Channel 6 too. I've known Joe Tom for almost 30 years. Well, it's been a little over a year now since our mutual friend Mike Rucker called and gave me the sad news that our friend had passed away. I've been thinking about that day since then and the service that we had for him, and it was a great honor that his family asked me to say a few words along with a bunch of other folks, but it was an honor and a privilege to get to do that. Wondered since then, should I post this or not? And I thought, I think I will, because I'd like to remember him and maybe jog your memory a little bit about Joe Tom as well. Please take a look. I think what I'm going to do is just read mine. Normally I just go ad lib, but that's too dangerous. We are in church after all. I got to tell you that I've never been invited to be Joe Tom's chauffeur. I think mainly because I didn't carry a gun, I wasn't a race car driver. For many years, we talked about this day. He was fond of saying, really, all you need in life is 6 friends. You need pallbearers, and you need 1 backhoe operator. As I look around this morning, I would say that we've exceeded his expectations. My only question is, which one of you is the backhoe operator? What an honor and privilege it is to stand before you today and speak on behalf of my good friend, Joe Tom White. When I was asked to say a few words, I thought, well, my job would be to tell you some things about Joe Tom maybe you didn't know. But I realized if you listen to him for very long, you know as well as I do. You know him as well as I do. I like to tell friends, and Daryl, I know you're a member of this group as well, that we are graduates of the Joe Tom White School of Broadcasting. I think we're really all graduates of the Joe Tom White School of Life when it comes right down to it. One of the things he told me is to be yourself on air. He told me some other things too, but these are the things I can tell you here. He always got a kick out of radio people who would have an on-air name. He said, my name's in the phone book. If people want me, they know where to find me. So basically, since I guess 1985, we had coffee together every morning, just like we were at the Dairy Queen. We knew others were listening, we just didn't know who or how many. He also taught me the secret to success in broadcasting was basically talking till you think of something to say, and we're just filler in between commercials. If they don't play the commercials, we don't get to talk, Wayne. You know how that works. Well, if you were lucky enough to have Joe Tom advertise for you, you knew that you got your money's worth. He always told me to be sure and under-promise and over-deliver. He said one of the things that amazed me was how he could tie a news event to an advertiser. For example, if they had a wreck at 8th and Scott, he'd report the wreck, and then for some perspective, he would say, that's just a few blocks from the Casa Manana. They've been there since 1947. They were probably on their way to get a red taco. Well, if I know Joe Tom, then I believe he and Judy are probably working with God right now on a live remote. And if he were to put it together, this is how I think it would go. Well, thanks and good morning, everyone. What a great day it is in North Texas and southern Oklahoma. We've got a special report for you this morning. The legendary Radio Hall of Fame broadcaster Joe Tom White is reporting direct from the pearly gates. Joe Tom. Hey ho, good morning, everyone. We're coming to you live and direct from the pearly gates. Not a talking picture on your electric radio. There are streets of gold and a mansion on every corner just like they said it would be. And there's one here just for you. I got to tell you, the buffets up here are heavily. Stanley's still working and doing a great job. I got my own plate with sideboards, and if you leave here hungry, it's your own fault. So, if you're thinking about a place to spend eternity, then let me recommend my friend, Jesus Christ. I've known Jesus and his family for a long time, and they'll treat you right. He wanted me to tell you they're running a limited special on grace. So that's right. They don't care what you done, where you been. If you give him a call today, he can get you in. So don't forget, heaven, don't you dare miss it. At this time, I'd like to introduce the love of his life. His grandsons are going to go say a word too before our next song.